You could tell as they reached the top, that this was the tallest mountain in this range of peaks.
That's quite a view, huh?
Yep, throat of the world off to the east. And this knapsack is a nice little journal on the mountaineers. It's so nice the creator actually wrote this up for us. Let's take a look and see what it says, shall we? We made it! By the gods, who would have believed it? This surely must be the highest peak in the Ural Mountains. To think, after everything we have been through, the months of planning and attempt to the summit, the setting up of the base camp below the abandoned mine, building the framework we are on. That's here. What that view? Sorry, I'm having a little trouble reading it and speaking it as I read it. Cyrodiil to the south, Skyrim to the north, Hammerfell to the west. We will never forget this moment. This is surely a view to die for. The sun is setting, and we're about to make the descent before we freeze to death on the mountaintop. That shouldn't be a problem. All that timber and the mine we used to build our way up here, so it would be easy to make our way down. Without the resources, it would have been impossible. Poor Vignar. Rock here was right about the south face being too dangerous. The wind would have blown us up all to our deaths. He was wise to abandon that attempt and build our frame up from the, frame up the west face. Pity the other three were not here to see this. A strange fellow came up to see us, a nice friendly chap. He informed us that our missing companions had been tragically killed when the part of the rotten wood edifice collapsed on the east face. That old mining frame should be avoided. Poor Sorella. She insisted on going with her parents. Poor child. We have decided to stay at the base camp for now. There are ample ore deposits as long as we avoid the saber cat and that stupid dumb troll. We can start a new life as normal citizens. We have decided to keep them unharmed to deter the new gold prospectors from muscling in on our patch. And we can start a new life as normal citizens. We have been told we can trade the ore in Falkreath, and the Jarl has decided to overlook our bandit status as we are Nords. As long as we don't cause trouble or rob the locals, and pay him a small tribute. It's so good to be able to drink at the local mead. And we are planning on building ourselves real homes soon. And Fricka is with child. I love her so much. Who knows? One day I will make a respectable woman of her and ask her to marry me. Oh well, the others are calling. Time to go. To you that is reading this journal, I say to you, well met. We are the first and not the last to conquer this peak. May it be written so. Jacob of Windhelm, Fricka of Janssen, Siggy of Kjansen, Rokir of Riften, and let's see, Igna of Argylston. Yeah, quite a list. And here you'll understand the reference on one of those names that was read before the list of people at the end. Alright. That looks like Fort Black over there. Oh, look at that. You can see the Imperial City down there. Very nice view. Yeah, Fort Black right there. Looks like some woods over there. Come on, Rigmor. Let's go. Carefully he walked on the edge, but luckily Bounce was on his side. You'll recognize one of the names listed in the actual journal part here shortly. As they made their way down, one of the prospectors made their way up.
There's gonna be trouble.
And where do you think you're going? This area is off limits to citizens. Turn around and go back the way you came.
We're just passing through. Ain't looking for any trouble.
Not through here, you're not. Last warning. Wait a minute. The girl. Haven't I seen her face somewhere before?
No, you must be mistaken. I'll make it worth your while. How does 100 septums sound?
This is your lucky day. If anyone asks, the foreman authorized the passage.
You really are something.
Rigmor, I figure it's smart for us to go and get a free pass through these guys, and then get an early head start surprise on the Thalmor at Fort Black. After explaining the strategy to her, he began making his way down the steps. Counting up how many different prospectors are around, especially those in heavy armor, you could tell they would have been putting a lot of effort forth before even getting to the fort, not knowing how many Thalmor were there. In truth, it'd be easy to cut through these guys, but you know, I gotta stick with a narrative.
Yes.
As they reached the bottom of the steps, they noticed all the carts that were mentioned in that little journal. Alright, we're getting there, Rigmor. This way. And he'd almost figure that the light was on his side, as the birds were very loud and chirping to cover their steps through the snow. Cautiously, they proceeded as they heard that howl. You could tell those wolves had their scent, but weren't on the prowl. Not yet, anyway. As they approached the slope right before the cliffs, he spotted the spot where they could make their first step, their approach. Hugging close to the cliffs so that they could stay out of sight as long as they could, giving them a good surprise to ambush on the fort. Stay close to the cliffs, Rigmor. That way they don't see us.
Careful, Guardian.
Always.
Okay, this must be the place. I'll follow your lead.
Alright. Let's show these Thalmor a thing or two. Let's go.
Hold up! What was that?
Ah, He knew they had heard her, and it was time to strike. Come on, Valmore. Is this the best you got?
By Carlos, you won't leave here alive.
Archers up high. Careful, Rigmor.
Oh, yeah? Come on!
You got that one, Rigmor. I got this one.
Time to finish this!
Down you go. Poor little elf. So, Fort Black. Feel like the morning's come. Let's give these guys a lovely early morning wake-up call.